The world today is full of tension and crisis. What do you see as the major humanitarian challenges for your organization?
There are many challenges. The number and violence of conflicts is rising. We have the conflicts in the Middle East, in sub-Saharan Africa, and in other parts of the world. This certainly poses a great challenge. We have the challenge of COVID. In our Western societies, we may think of a post-COVID area, but in the third world, the pandemic is still on the rise, and nobody knows when it will be under control and which effects, long-term effects, it will have. And it has had already the effect of a setback of economic growth in Africa with long-term effects.
Can you give us an example of some of the humanitarian collaboration you have in different countries and with organizations or institutions from different religious faiths?
One of the best examples is Lebanon. In Lebanon, the order works with all the different religions and confessions. We have formal cooperations with the Shiites, Sunnites, the Druze, and different Christian confessions. Some of the clinics we run in cooperation, and I think in Lebanon, a country which is on the verge of total collapse, with an enormously rising poverty rate, the cooperation with the other religions prove that this, our intention to work together with others can make a difference.
In recent weeks and days, the Afghanistan crisis unraveling. And you mentioned earlier the COVID or post-COVID, it depends from which part of the world you see at the crisis. Can you tell us where and what do you see as a source of international tension and again of humanitarian crisis in this complex scenario?
Development in Afghanistan have two effects, in my view, which are important for us to follow. The one is the decline of reputation and prestige for Western values, which include humanitarian values, which often are considered as Western values, which again makes it even more important to seek for other potentials to promote human values. For us, one of the first source of these values are the different religions. So therefore, for instance, this event here in Bologna is so important. The other effect is that, of course, especially the European countries are very concerned about a new wave of refugees, and they are trying to convince the neighboring countries to take as many refugees as possible and to convince them to remain in the neighborhood, which means that the European countries will pay them a lot of money. So we are very concerned that migration or the threat to send migrants towards Europe may become a business model or model for blackmailing, asking for money, otherwise sending migrants, and we can already observe it in different places.
We are here in Bologna for the G20 of Interfaith Dialogue. What's your take on this event? Do you think such events are useful for the humanitarian cause?
almost in all religions, the basic values to protect human life, to promote peace, hospitality for strangers. This is a strong source of ethical values which we thought policy should draw upon more than in the past. And we are very satisfied that during recent years, in many governments, this has been realized also on the level of the United Nations. So we think this occasion here in Bologna gives again a very good opportunity to promote this policy. And I think foreign policy not taking into regard religion, the religious culture, the religious environment, the potential of religious leaders fails to use or to be complete. And as more we talk together about it, as more interfaith connections and relations can be built, as better. Especially, as I mentioned already, that the regard for the written humanitarian law is declining in some parts of the world. So the basic ethical and moral principles in religions are one of the few remaining sources to draw on and to promote these principles.